Good morning or good evening. This is my tips and tricks video for the mokwheel Basalt ST. Basically, this video is how to get more range with a smaller battery. As we all know, the mokwheel has a 20 amp hour battery. That big black thing right underneath, that's your battery. Preferred range of this e-bike is, well, as they say in the description, is 80 miles. But reality check is that it's not always going to be that way based on the conditions you live in and where you're going to be stationed. If you're in a subtropical environment like I am, which slowly become colder because it's winter, well, just know that you're going to get a range drop because of colder temperatures. And well, yes, you can easily keep that range up to its standard. I recommend, if you're gonna use the bike to its fullest, always drain the battery to about 5 to 10%. That gives the battery the idea that that's when it's able to recharge. Second thing about the mokwheel Basalt ST is that you don't always be someone who is heavy on throttle. Throttle is fine, but just know that you're going to get decreased range based on that throttle. But if you use pedal assist, like I sometimes use, you can have an increased range of about 60 miles. But is this bike good for everyone? Depends on your purpose of what you need. Do you need it to be a cargo carrier? Do you need it to be your primary means of transportation from home and work? It's good for that, you know. Is it an all-weather e-bike? Well, and I'm sorry if my camera shake is a little cold out here. Yes, the tires are knobby treads, meaning they're off-roading tires. They're good for snow, but I would not advise anyone who uses this bike to use it in a full-fledged whiteout condition snowstorm. That is very unsafe unless you really need to get somewhere. But I recommend, if it's in a snowstorm with um where you can't see 5 feet in front of you, do not use this bike. Use public transit if that is the case. Safety is a number one priority in the e-biking world. And I recommend use this bike either when it stops raining, let's just say a rain shower hits, but you still need to go to the other end of town because you need to do something. Avoid splashing through puddles too much, as you might accidentally damage the battery. And watch out for puddles that are about rim deep, because you do not want to destroy the battery. That's going to be another $500 you're going to have to replace that battery. And if you're under mokwheel's warranty, they might even send it to you for free because it's an accident. The other thing is that if you're someone who doesn't have any place you need to be at any specific time, I recommend using pedal assist only, as long as you can use it to your best advantage. Plus, don't be like me, who's a throttle heavy person and goes very heavy on throttle because I need to be at places at a certain time. Be efficient. Use a mixture of throttle for up hills, pedal assist for easy level ground rides. And if you use that combination, you will get more range. Now, I'm not saying you'll get the full 80 miles worth of range, but you will get somewhere close to 60 to maybe 65 miles worth of range. Now, that might not be a lot, but if you use it efficiently, and you do everything that I just told you to do, then you will have no problem conquering any terrain. If you use this bike for an off-roading bike, highly recommend getting puncture-resistant inner tubes known as Tannis Armor, which is what's installed on my bike's tires. Thanks to Buzzards Bay Bikes for installing that for me. Now, it is going to cost you a fair bit of money when you bring it to a bike shop that is a licensed mokwheel dealership. But I do say it is a good investment for those willing to not want to have another puncture in their tire. Especially if, well, people in your city are litter rats, where they basically throw junk on the floor or the sidewalk, you know what I mean? Another thing is always use reflective clothing, whether it be high vis colors like construction yellow, construction orange, or construction blues. Because when it comes to night riding, I noticed this with a lot of people. Yes, you have a bike light. Yes, people do often forget. But remember that your safety is our number one priority in the e-biking industry. You'd rather be seen than rather be on the ground dead. Always wear high-vis colors, whether it be a reflective jacket, reflective vest, or reflective t-shirt, depending on the season or where you're from. Normally, I prefer wearing reflective jackets because I'm in a subtropical region, especially during the winter months. I also recommend for those in warmer environments, like you know, Florida and California, wear a reflective T-shirt. One of those silk fabric breathable T-shirts. Also, wear gloves. No matter where you are, you want to wear gloves just in case you fall. You're not scraping your hands up. Always wear a helmet. For me, today I'm getting a full face motorcycle helmet because it's starting to get really cold out where I am. And I don't know if you ever rode in the winter like I do, but my God, when those temps start dropping, yeah, it is cold. And you rather have a full face helmet than have a open helmet because your nose and you're gonna be freezing. You're gonna have one of those, well, let's just say not a good time. Also, recommendation, heated gloves, heated jacket, and if you have to, a heated beanie. Like, so this ain't a heated beanie, but just an example. Heated beanie definitely would be good. You know, keep your head warm, keep yourself warm while you're riding in the winter. Also, recommendation again: do not ride on icy or snow-covered roads. Well, yes, that might be where your place is. Wait till the road is actually plowed out, and then go down it, okay? And don't drive at the maximum speed of this bike, which is 35 miles an hour, because you don't know if there's black ice. So be slow, ride it slowly, not fast. Another recommendation, if you're getting a Mach Wheel Basalt ST, is get the fenders, because you don't want mud and snow and dirt all splattering all over your nice clean clothes. And to be honest, all bicycles should be equipped with fenders, no matter what brand it is. It's a lot safer and it keeps you nice and clean without the ability of getting dirty. Hell, it's what the Dutch do, and it makes sense. Motorcycles have fenders too, so why not bicycles? Recommendation: if you're using this bike for your main transportation, get a set of either battery powered blinkers and turn signals, or if you can find third party 3-pin turn signals and stuff, I recommend getting that for the bike, as you're gonna really be thankful for using it, as at least you'll have an indicator for turning left or right and stuff. And I also highly recommend that you just stay safe on the roads. Use a combination of both front and rear brakes, and if you don't, just use back brakes more or less, and try not to skid the tire when you're using your back brake, because that'll wear out the brake pads a lot quicker. Try to go like this, nice and slow. Like as soon as you see like cars are stopping, hey, start squeezing that brake, but not like too hard. Just squeeze it nice and slow until you come to a nice gentle stop. And always be aware of what's happening behind you, because you better be safe than to be sorry. And here comes the Excella. Oh, there we go. I'm a bit of a train guy, sorry about that. Autistic over here, getting distracted by a choo-choo train. Anyways, recommendation is always have your bike. So if there's a mokwheel dealership near you, I recommend always go to a bike shop that is an authorized dealer of the Mokwheel Corporation, and ask them about prices for tune-ups, basic maintenance, the whole shish kabang, I guess you could say. If you feel confident, allow them to be the ones to tighten everything up for you, because you, obviously, if you're a mechanic, props to you for fixing the bike up yourself. But if you're not a mechanic and you don't understand mechanics, let the professionals do it. Bike shop people will know how to tighten every nut and bolt you have on this bike, and they will make sure everything is still in tip-top working order since the day you got it, because safety is a concern that all e-bikers should take seriously. And I recommend, even for casual riders who use this bike every once in a while, mirrors. Always use mirrors, both this side and that side. Why do I not have a mirror on this side? Simple. It's because I'm always driving on this side, so cars are always coming from this side. So I always make sure to have a mirror, facing the opposite side, so then I know when cars are coming behind. And remember, safety first. There's always, even if you don't think you need a bike lane, let's say foggy early morning, don't always, okay, I'm not trying to be mean to Mokwheel. Fine bike, bad headlight design. Headlight moves around a lot, so you might need to adjust the screw. Always keep it down so you see the road, but always recommend get like one of these more high-powered handlebar mounted headlights, right? Because they're a lot brighter, they'll be able to see further, and they're good for all terrain, especially if you're walking, or I mean not walking, riding your bike through trails at night if you're a trailblazer. But I do recommend that you focus on safety and making sure you are seen on all directions than not being seen. And if you need any more advice, contact Mokwheel through their website, www.mokwheel.com, and contact whether through their phone number or their actual, actual phone number. But I recommend, if you have any questions, obviously, if you live on Cape Cod like I do, and you live near the Buzzards Bay Bike Shop, tell them Trevi the Explorer has sent you to try their Mokwheel bikes. Now, the Basalt is not the only bike they have. They have 4 other bikes. They have one that is similar to a Basalt. It's called the Obsidian. It's more of a mountain bike with full suspension, but it's still same frame, same size tires. The same everything, except the motor is a 1,000 watt motor instead of a 750 watt motor. So they got four variants. They got the Basalt ST, which is what I have, the mokwheel Obsidian, the Scoria, which is a 20-inch e-bike, and the Slate. And the Slate is their newest one and has turn signals built into it. Anyways, this is my tips and tricks video on how to properly use battery life and safety features for the mokwheel Basalt ST and all other mokwheel branded e-bikes. Anyways, have a good day. Make sure you like this video and you subscribe to this to keep up with my daily videos of riding around and exploring. And remember, the world is a better place simply because you were born into it. Have a good night and have a good day to wherever you are in this world.